Morning, everyone. This is day number 71 on the road to the Billions Club, and very interesting. On my way to my workplace here, where I work, I was listening to a podcast with Brian Chesky, the founder of Airbnb, and one of the things that he talked about was, founders of a company, especially when it scales, sometimes they allow management to take over the company and start doing that whole notion of like hire experts and then let them do their job. It's not always best. Some of the greatest companies out there are founder led, and they get down and dirty, and they don't they skip management, meaning like they'll go to every person because it's all mission driven and vision driven, and they're going toward fulfilling one mission. And so you can actually be able to talk to people regardless of how, executive or management might think, because at the end of the day, the founder is the one who's, leading the company, but not handling the management side of things. And basically the managers are doing your old jobs of what you were doing when you first started off as a founder, right? So I think, one of the key things as I'm going through this is, number one, when I'm documenting this journey, I'm also showing, what is it that I'm doing in the early stages of this company, and then holding on to that. And when we're in the weeds of doing it ourselves, we're able to guide and direct the people who are taking over those jobs and actually might even do it better, And I've even seen that in, with Mr. Beast as he grew. He was talking about how, like, in the beginning, and funny thing is, he just released a video of like 10 years ago when he only had just over 8,000 subscribers, and now he's like 400 million subscribers. He was doing everything himself, and then eventually he hired people to watch what he was doing and then duplicate what he was doing, but he knows like all the ins and outs. And then there's people who are now better him doing the job, but he can easily go back and like go to these people who are like managing the company and handling different parts of his company, because he did it himself. So you're never as a founder, you're never too big in terms of your position in the company to do some of these jobs, right? So I think the key thing is holding on to that vision and not letting the reins go of fulfilling that mission of what you originally had, when you started the company. So I think for me, really defining and documenting as well, this journey has been helpful. Sharing this story as I go along has been helpful, and I think this is the one thing I want to continue to do is help people to share their story, and also help great people who want to deploy their capital into companies that are actually going to change the world and make a difference and have a positive impact. So that's the key thing I'm looking to facilitate here is the deployment of capital into great companies that are actually going to make a positive impact in this world. And so today I'm going to really, number one, define what it is that I'm going to be doing, and then still move forward and reaching out to people, to build, to unite founders and investors with the launch event that I'm hosting for the poker tournament, and continue on this journey. So I'll keep you guys posted on what I'm going to be doing today, and we'll talk to you. So this is the end of day number 71, I think, or day number 71, and I kind of forget what day it is sometimes, it's been an interesting day. It really went all in on this one post that Kevin, that's the founder of Hubble, posted. He's like 50 venture capitalist funds that invest in idea stage startups. And so I followed pretty much almost all of them on LinkedIn, connected with a bunch of people from those funds on LinkedIn. And I think one of the main things I got to do is just continue to focus on engaging with their content, because I see that could be a gap with a lot of these funds where they are trying to gain deal flow, build trust. And one of the things that they do is post on social media, and where I'm looking to connect with them is on LinkedIn. And so there's not that many people that comment or engage with these posts, and I think that's gonna separate myself from all the people, and then let my profile do the speaking. And also finding out and just getting curious of, like, if we see somebody that we truly connect with and want to engage with, then why not reach out to them and say, hey, look, I noticed on your post that you posted earlier that you were looking for XYZ, or this is what you're doing. Maybe there's some sort of strategic alignment here versus like a blanket post. Now, there is also another side to this where today I spoke to a guy who is a local angel investor in Toronto, and he actually invests in early stage startups, and he also has a startup himself that he's reviving a company. So he's interested in actually helping out with the poker tournament. So, and that came from me connecting and reaching out to a bunch of people who I thought would be aligned with the vision and mission. And I did do copy paste messages, but I made sure that it was, still relatable to the person that I'm speaking to, right? So I think a combination of both could work, because if I didn't, reach out to him and ask him about, potentially collaborating on this poker tournament, then, I wouldn't have had that conversation with him, and who knows where it's going to lead to, right? So I think that's one thing I gotta get back into as well is, doing both the engagement and also still reaching out to the people that, I have connected with. And sometimes it seems like a daunting task, especially if I've added another 50 to 100 connection requests and have to follow up with the other ones as well. So, but at the end of the day, it could be worth it, right? So just wanted to keep you guys updated on that. And we got to secure a venue. That's one thing. And then that we can set a date. I'm thinking early spring next year, somewhere in somewhere in the greater Toronto area. And we'll see where we go from there. So I'll keep you guys posted, but thank you guys for following. And if you guys are interested in being part of this, reach out to me, Jordan at tbclub.ca. And also, if you want to check out the Billings Club, check out tbclub.ca. Talk to you guys soon.